Summertime is barbecue time. Welcome to Up All Night DIY. I'm Monica. Thanks for joining me. It's time for the First Friday Challenge, hosted by my sweet friends Lisa of Our Grey House and Sarah of Jujubee DIY. Our guest host this month is Marla of Chic Show DIY, and our theme is barbecue. You'll find links to their channels in the description box. Please be sure to check them out. I'm making some fun barbecue tier tray decor. Let's get into it. I'll be using some Model Magic, and I found half a foam ball in my stash and immediately thought that would make a really cute grill. So I grabbed some skewers and a couple of wee buttons for the grill's legs and wheels. I flattened a handful of clay with my brayer, and I'm going to use that to cover my foam. So I'll just press it onto the round part, making sure that it's really well stuck. And once it's on there, I'm going to roll it a wee bit on the table, ensuring that it's really well adhered to that foam. And it'll also help to smooth the bottom out. I pull off the extra because we're going to cover the flat part with another solid piece of clay. I'm using a round cookie cutter to get a nice circle. This is a wee bit too small, so I'm going to have to stretch it a bit. I'll start with my brayer, and then I'm going to stretch it with my fingers the rest of the way. Right, okay, so that looks good. I'll press it to the top again, making sure that it's really stuck on there. I'll roll out a snake, which I'm going to use to give the grill an edge. Once I get it to the width I want, I'm going to wrap it around the edge, and I'm going to cut it to fit and press it into the other clay, again to make sure that it's, really stuck on there well. Okay, so that wee bit came off, but that's okay because we'll be able to kind of mesh it together when we're done. I mean, you know my philosophy, it doesn't have to be perfect, it's handmade, right? Alright, we'll get that all stuck together, and then I am going to set that aside to dry. Meanwhile, let's make some hot dogs and burgers. So I cut off 4 pieces of my leftover snake to make the hot dogs, and I'll round out the ends so that they look more wienery. I use a wee circle cutter to make the tiny burgers from the flat clay that I had left over, and then we're going to let those guys dry. It's not really 24 hours, more like 8, just overnight. We are all dry and ready to paint. So I'm using CERAMCOAT Tropic Bay Blue for the grill, because that's how I roll. I'm going to give it 2 coats as usual, and I'm only painting the bottom of the grill and the very rim at the top with the blue. So I've cut my skewers to serve as legs for the grill, and I'm going to paint them with Drizzle Grey. So what a coinky dink. I am using charcoal to base coat the face of the grill, and that's going to get 2 coats. Okay, now that that's dry, first I will add Hippo Grey dots to represent the charcoal briquettes. Then I'm going to come in and use some rain gray on top of those, to represent the different phases of the charcoal. Right, so now of course we need some hot coals, so I'm using CERAMCOAT Glowing Ember for those bad boys. Let's paint our burgers and dogs while we wait for the dots to dry. I'm using Folk Art Coffee Bean for the burgers and AMERICANA Terra Cotta for the dogs. And I did give them 2 coats because they really needed it. With a liner brush and Drizzle Grey, I'll paint in the bars of the grill. To add dimension to the body of the grill, I am going to dry brush it with CERAMCOAT turquoise, and then ever so slightly with watermelon because I want to bring some of that red into play. I'm not even sure I show you that, but that's what I do. Here I am adding grill lines to the burgers and dogs with charcoal. I pushed the skewer legs into the bottom on a slight angle. I pushed a wee bit too far and it came through the top, but you know what, that's okay. I'll hide that with a burger. In the meantime, I will glue these two wee buttons to the legs as wheels. You know, like those old-time charcoal girls had. I never really understood why they only had 2 wheels instead of 3 wheels, but it is what it is, so I'm being historically accurate. So now we'll add our burgers and dogs. We'll hide that spot first with a burger. I did 4 of each, 4 burgers, 4 dogs. So we'll get them all attached and we're good to go. Once everything was attached, I sprayed it with clear matte sealer. I think it turned out pretty cute for something I made with stuff I had on hand. Hope you like it too. Every BBQ needs condiments, especially ketchup and mustard. So I grabbed these squeeze bottles in the craft section of Dollar Tree. I thought they'd make cute ketchup and mustard characters. And since I had the Model Magic on the go, I cut wee circles from the clay to make their faces. Okay, so we'll cut our second face here. And then I'm going to press the circle onto the bottle to, you know, get the shape of the bottle, giving it that slight curve. I rolled a small ball of clay and I'm going to cut that in half to form the cheeks. And then I'm going to roll a smaller ball for the nose. I press the cheeks onto the face. And once I get them on there, I'm going to add dimples by pushing a skewer from the bottom center of the cheek up into the cheek just slightly to make an indent. I made the mustard's nose more of a teardrop shape, and I'm just going to pop it in between the cheeks, and I'm going to repeat this for the ketchup, but her nose will be round. See, she gets a tomato-shaped nose. I'm just going to pop it right in there. Once the features are in place, I'll gently remove the face from the bottle and let it dry. Meanwhile, I spray painted the bottle tops white, and I cut some Dollar Tree yellow and red vinyl to fit around the bottle. So what I'm going to do is peel off the backing paper and wrap it around the bottle. Doing my best, you know, to keep it smooth and wrinkle-free. Okay, so the faces are dry and I'm going to base coat them white, and you know, again, they're going to get 2 coats. I dry brushed the ketchup's cheeks and nose with CERAMCOAT watermelon, and I'm also going to brush around the edge of the face, you know, to kind of frame it out. And I'm really just doing this until I'm happy with the depth of color. And I dry brushed the mustard's features with Folk Art Moon Yellow. The ketchup's going to be girly, so she gets arched eyes. And I'll dot the centers in with skewers, and then I'm going to give her lovely lashes and, you know, wee little eyebrows. And this is all done in charcoal. I'm going to give her kissy cupid lips in watermelon. Now Mr. Mustard, on the other hand, he's a spicy fella, so he'll get delta-shaped eyes and a wee half smirk. I dot a white highlight onto her cheeks, nose, and eyes, and you know what, let's do her lips too. And he only gets highlights on his cheeks and his nose. To affix their faces, I'm using both 3-in-1 glue and hot glue. All they need now are their labels. I cut these from vinyl with my silhouette. Let's get her sorted out here and get her label on. And there we go. Cute wee condiments for our barbecue. And our final project, well, this is quick and easy. I'll paint a Dollar Tree wood square with 2 coats of Tropic Bay Blue. I designed and cut my text from white vinyl using my silhouette. It says, "Look out, it's a cookout," and I topped it with a chef hat. To make the vinyl pop, I used my liner brush to give it a watermelon drop shadow, and I'm keeping that to the left of the lettering. Another thing I think that's worth mentioning is that I kept my brush wet and I added a drop of water to the paint to give it more of an inky consistency. So I will link all the fonts in the description box. For this I used Font Diner Loungey here, and I get most of my fonts from defont.com. They have a great selection and they're free. Actually, now that I think of it, the ketchup and mustard labels, that's also Font Diner Loungey. And defont.com has a series of the font diners. There's like Font Diner Sparkly, Font Diner Huggable, Font Diner Loungey, Font Diner Swanky. So you have a nice choice, and again, all free. And that is where I get almost all of my fonts really, and they have a really good selection of retro fonts. I add watermelon checks around the border as a nod to the classic barbecue / picnic gingham tablecloth. You know what I mean? And I'm just using a small flat brush to do this. Just eyeballing it really. I picked up a toy cooking set at Dollar Tree. I wanted a fork and a spatula, but alas, there were no forks. So 2 spatulas it is. So I tie 2 lengths of red and white bigger string around each, and I'm tying them in just a classic shoelace bow. With hot glue, I'll attach them to the sides. Yeah, let's glue those tails down so that they're out of the way. And as always, I'll spray it with clear matte sealer. Here's a final look at all of our pieces. These are going to look really cute on my tiered tray. I have a really large 3-tiered tray, which I decorate with either turquoise and red or turquoise and orange throughout the summer. I made several other items that just didn't get into the video. Would have been way too long. Anyway, I may make another quick video showing the rest of the items, you know, if I get a chance. I hope you liked today's projects. Thank you Lisa and Sarah for hosting and Marla for guest hosting. Links to their channels are in the description box along with the link for the creators playlist. Please be sure to check it out for lots of fun barbecue DIYs. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. Stay creative, my friends. Thanks for hanging with me. See you next time. Up all night, with Monica.